it, and I just thought, you know what? If I stay here, I'm going to die. If I get out of the car, I'm probably going to die. And all I could see was this sea of white or yellow light, and I just sprinted as fast as I could. To this day, I don't know how I did it, and if I was in the same situation today and had to make that run across, I don't think I could do it. Well, I came to the United States in 1985. I had to learn to drive on the freeway because the job I had when I first arrived, literally on day one, was downtown in Los Angeles, and we had an apartment up in the beach area, so it was quite a commute. Anyway, after a couple of months, I got a car, and I was very proud of the fact that I got my driver's license. Then one night when I was working, I worked at the Australian consulate, and we sometimes had to work pretty late to catch up on some backlogs. So I left the office around 9 o'clock in the evening, and it was a summer evening, but it was very dark. And I was driving along, like I normally do, on the 405, heading back towards the beach area. And all of a sudden, I felt my car was kind of fluttering. And when I looked in the rearview mirror, I noticed that there was black smoke pouring out of the launch in the back.
That's kind of scary.
And before I even had time to really think about what was going on and to pull over to the slower lane to get off the freeway, the whole car just came to a standstill. And I was on the fast lane next to the divider. So
was it busy at the time? I mean, obviously the freeways.
It was packed.
And you weren't with anyone, right? You were coming back from work, so you were alone.
I was by myself. And I was, I was dressed in work clothes with high heels. But when my car came to a standstill on that outer lane, I was petrified because, one, I didn't have any lights on, so I knew that the cars couldn't see me that were coming up behind me.
Why didn't you have any lights on?
Everything just died in the car. The lights went out.
Okay.
The whole engine just seized up.
And this is 1985, so you don't have a cell phone.
Right. So nowadays, you can get on the phone and get assistance basically straight away. But I had nothing. I had no way of being able to get into contact with anybody, and I was petrified to get out of the car because I knew the minute I opened the car door, I was going to have this sea of cars, right next to me in the next lane, because there were 3 lanes of traffic, or 4 lanes of traffic before I could get over the other side of the freeway.
Right.
So at the same time, my head is spinning because I didn't know if a car was going to come up and rear-end me and clean me up that way. And I couldn't, I was disabled. So I thought about it, and I just thought, you know what, if I stay here, I'm going to die. If I get out of the car, I'm probably going to die. But the chances of me staying in the car and waiting for help without getting hit is,
Right.
So I got out of the car. I took off my high heels, and I just waited, and all I could see was this sea of white or yellow lights coming towards me on one side and a sea of red lights on the other side of the divider. And I just waited, and I don't know what possessed me to run when I did, but I just felt like I could find a slim break in the traffic where the headlights weren't all close across the lanes. And I just sprinted as fast as I could across 4 lanes of traffic. And I got to the other side, and literally my knees just gave away. My knees just went to jelly. I was so
Right.
scared, and I couldn't believe I'd made it to the other side. I heard the cars, the horns going, so they could see me. Now, whether they, were slowing down, I don't know how they saw me. I remember I remember I had on, lucky I had a big pair of pants on and a light green top. But it was dark. I mean, you see anybody running across the freeway, you can't really seem to be almost like right on them. But I don't know, again, how I got across all 4 lanes without one car hitting me.
Yeah.
Or near missing me. It was just amazing. But you know what? It seems like really, really weird, but I felt like somebody was lifting me up from my shoulders and carrying me across the freeway, like these angels. It was the weirdest thing ever. To this day, I don't know how I did it. And if I was in the same situation today and had to make don't think I could do it. I don't think I would have the nerve to try it again.